My name is Patrick Gillespie. I'm a postdoctoral researcher with the Rural Economy and Development Program of Teagasc, based in Athenry. Today I was talking about dairy competitiveness, and the main points to take away from the presentation, I'd say, is that the expansion of dairy output has allowed for dilution of fixed costs over a larger production base, which has meant that we've been able to get some insulation from the very poor milk price developments over the last year or two. That has not been the case for some of our competitors. We've also gained in competitive standing because of their falling back while we've been able to hold the line, essentially. The larger type of farm would have done even better with that. Larger farms that are in expansion mode get that dilution effect, whereas farms that really aren't expanding, of which there will be in this country, some of those farms, they wouldn't have gotten the full cost reduction on a per litre basis that message really is built upon. So 2016 started out with a very poor milk price that actually recovered towards the end of the year, but might have been a bit late. What that meant for us is that chiefly the way that we were able to weather this sort of very poor price environment is by being able to produce more, just to make up for it in terms of volume. So 2016 was a poor year in terms of price. The fact that we can actually produce our way out of that because milk quota no longer applies has been key for Ireland. Well, you're always going to be limited by the factors on the ground. I mean, there are still stocking rate limits to be considered, so you need a land base to be able to build that on, and that won't be the case for everyone. The farmers that are in a position to either buy or probably more likely rent in more land would be better situated to try to expand to be able to dilute their fixed costs over a larger production base. But no, that wouldn't be the case that wouldn't be a possibility for every farm. 2017, I think that the projection is that the milk price will improve. There's a quirk here in that the Irish production system is predominantly grass-based, which gives us that resilience. We have a low-cost base because we're not as reliant on feed. But in situations where that feed price or that feed margin improves, it starts to benefit some of our competitors, more so than us. So in the presentation today, I pointed out the Wisconsin region of the U.S. and the U.S. generally, which has over the last year been able to reduce costs quite strongly and still has a good cost-to-output ratio, even in relation to us. As that feed price to milk price ratio improves, they're going to be in a better situated to take advantage of it. When we look at outside of the EU, we can see that Ireland, there's two types of farms that are included, sort of an average sized farm and a larger sized farm. The largest sized Irish farm is the most competitive in terms of the cost-to-output ratio in all the set of countries that have been included. Average sized farm does well too, but sandwiched in between them is the U.S. Wisconsin region, or the state of Wisconsin. So they are in a very sort of similar position in terms of cost-to-output ratios, but if you notice, the size of the farms tend to be much larger, so they have sort of a structural advantage. They have a better structure that will allow them to take advantage of a stronger milk price in the future. So 2016 was a year in which we held the line. 2017, the projection is that milk price should improve. There's a reason to be cautiously optimistic, somewhat positive in the short to medium term, but we do have an issue for the longer term in that our farm structures do need to continue to evolve so that we can take advantage of better milk prices and better times as they come along.